Hi everyone. I've created this quick little tutorial for you because this semester we are moving on into color and we're going to be looking at color gamuts quite frequently. We all know that color gamuts are a three-dimensional concept, but in the confines of our class we are often just looking at them on a two-dimensional plane. So we do that using the Macbeth Colorchecker, and gamut plots, as we've talked about in class, really only use the gamut colors of the Colorchecker. Remember, these first four colors represent dark skin, light skin, blue sky, and foliage. And the next 8 colors were created originally because they were hard to reproduce for film. For our purposes, we are going to be using these colors right here, which are the gamut colors, which we usually say red, green, blue, cyan, magenta, and yellow, or RGB, CMYK. As you can see, though, here, they're not quite in that order. So we have some work we need to do. So let's jump out into Excel, and let me show you how that works. So here what I've already done is I have taken the C-Lab data for the Macbeth Colorchecker and posted it right here into our spreadsheet in Excel. And I've put the Colorchecker in here just for a visual reference. Now, like I said, we're only going to use the gamut colors here. So those are patches 13 through 18. So what I did was come over here and highlight patches 13 through 18. Take those, copy them, and I pasted them in over here. I also took our column heading so I could keep my variables straight. Now, when we're doing a two-dimensional gamut plot, if you recall in C-Lab, the L-star data is only brightness, so we're really only interested in using the A-star and B-star data. I copied all of them just for the ease of dragging, of not having to delete some additional data here. I've also, for the purposes of this tutorial, labeled our colors out here for us: blue, green, red, yellow, magenta, and cyan, which is the order that they appear in the Colorchecker. Now, to make a 2D plot, remember they look like hexagons. Our first step is to take the data for patch 13, the blue patch, copy it and paste it at the bottom down here. And that is so our hexagon will complete itself and not have an open side. Next thing I'm going to do is highlight all of my data, and I am going to insert an XY scatter plot. For class, you can just use the straight lines because without the markers, it's perfectly fine. I'm going to do that. Now, as you can see, this does not look like a hexagon. It looks like a mess. And essentially that is what we have. So I'm going to show you how to fix that. But for purposes of clarity, I've already gone ahead and done a little extra work. So let me bring that in. So what I did to this plot was turn on the markers, and then I've gone ahead and colored the markers for us because we need to do some rearrangement here. Now, as we can see, we're going to start over here with the red one, and the red goes to yellow, which is right, but then it comes over here to magenta, and we don't really want that. We want red to go to magenta, and then to blue, and then to cyan, then to green, and then to yellow. So we have to do some rearrangements of this data. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to take my green data, because the red is going to yellow, but instead of going down to magenta, it's going over here to green. So I'm going to take my green data, I'm going to push that up there, just take it out of the way. I want red then to connect up with magenta, so I'm going to take my magenta data, and remember, I call it the grabby hand because it looks to me like it's grabbing data. So if you're on a Mac, you're going to get this little grabby hand. I'm not quite sure what it looks like on a PC, but once you get that data, you're just going to drag that up to where we took the green data out and paste it in. Then we're going to come back up to our green data and drag that back down to where our magenta data was. And now we have a completed hexagon, which is our color gamut. So this is always going to be the order that you have to rearrange when making a gamut plot. If you copy out patches 13 through 18, which are the blue, green, red, yellow, magenta, and cyan patches, copy that blue, paste it in at the bottom. So we're going to repeat blue. Then we take the green data, which comes after the blue, move that out, put magenta in its place, and then put the green where the magenta was. So essentially, we are just reordering from the order here to this order, which is blue, magenta, red, yellow, green, and cyan. With the repeating of the blue here at the bottom, we get our gamut plot. Now, don't forget that when you're doing plots, we have to put a title in there, and we need to label our axes. Our x-axis label is A star, and our b-axis label is B star. So there you go, a short, quick little tutorial on how to rearrange the data from the Colorchecker to create a 2D gamut plot. Hope that helps you.